Hey guys, it's Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. We are back for another day of Junk Journal January, and today's prompt is TextSpot. And I am really excited about this one because I have a really quick and simple, fun and interactive TextSpot for us to make. And the courtesy of this really goes to my husband because he gave me this really cool book called The Art of Origami Books. And I've just started to kind of go through it. Some of the things I might not do, but I do want to try doing some of these really fun interactive pieces to add to my books, and I thought it was really thoughtful of him to buy me this book to kind of step up my journals. So thank you, honey. Yeah, and in here I saw this fold. It's called the Diamond Fold. Preliminary base or square base, modular, and strip. So you can build off of what we're going to make. You can connect many together to create, as you can kind of see here, like more elaborate folds, almost like, I think they call them a dragon fold, or it kind of gives that snake body. We used to do it in school. We used to fold up the papers that way. But I'm just going to use one square piece of paper to create this interactive TextSpot with writing space. So this is where the idea comes from for this. And yeah, I thought it would be really cool to use as a TextSpot. And how it works is I have just a few little samples here. I was kind of playing around. So you can use any size of paper. But this is a really great way for you to bust your stash of 6x6 papers. Your 6x6 papers, if you're using those, you're going to end up with a piece that's 3x3. This one is 2 inches, so it's a 4-inch square that I started with. And this one you can see I decorated just with some book page, a sticker of a butterfly, and I did some faux stitching around. This one, the pattern paper was beautiful enough that all I really had to add was just some text, so like a phrase here, embrace the possibilities, so that's really cool. And then this one I glued down to a page just to show you how the TextSpot aspect of it works. And so you're just going to glue on 3 sides. Now I have on this one a paper clip holding it. So these are thicker weight 6x6 papers. This is just thin copy paper thickness scrapbook paper. So if you were looking at not adding a lot of bulk to your journal, I would recommend using copy paper thickness. You can even use book page. If you don't mind adding a little bit of bulk to your journals, then these thicker 6x6 papers are fine. So it's just kind of whatever your preference is. So what is it that we've made? Well, it just to show you here, it's this little square, and it obviously glues down onto the page, and you fold it open and you have a space to write, and then you can fold it up, and then it's a TextSpot. So like on this one here, I have it being held closed by a paper clip because it does kind of like to pop open, obviously. So you might want to add a decorative paper clip, maybe something with a banner hanging down. Ooh, do I have one of those? Yeah, like this. So this one I had a banner, and maybe you could step it up by adding a fun decorated paper clip. Obviously this doesn't go well with that, but you know what I mean. You can definitely step up your paper clip, but I like the paper clip because it holds it closed. You don't have to have it. All that to say, that was long-winded. But okay, so here's our little piece. I've glued it down on this side and this side, and I've created that TextSpot. And then you open this and you've got some great writing space, and you can fold it back up, and then, oop, just, if you want to keep it closed, you just, again, pop your paper clip on there like that. Maybe have a dangle off of it. That would be cute. And there you go. That's your page piece right there. So that's what we're going to create right now. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to decorate any on camera with you because of course you're going to decorate it however you want. You can see the different kind of things that I've done here, and it's limitless. You know, just use your imagination. I was kind of thinking I wanted on a page maybe to even do two, maybe to glue two on. So I'd have, you know, one that opens this way, right? And then this one opens this way, and there's a tuck on this side. So I think that's a great way to, you know, fill up those blank pages, have these two really cool, fun, interactive tuck spots with writing space on them. I think that would be really cool. So that's kind of what I was thinking in terms of using these. So like I said, you can decorate them however you see fit. You can actually add real stitching if you want, add some buttons, add some lace, you know, whatever little elements you have hanging around, right? And again, any size would work. You just, you know, obviously it has to be square. That's kind of really the only caveat there. Okay, so let me show you how I did that. It's so simple, you guys. That's why I love this, is it, you know, it's not a lot of brain power. So just kind of depending on your paper, you know, whether or not you have directional paper. So obviously you might need to keep that in mind. So we have here, this one is directional. Maybe I'll fold both of these up. I've been mostly working with non-directional papers just because that's kind of a little bit easier to work with in the beginning until you figure out how to get your folds going. So let's start with this one here. This is beautiful, almost like feed sack fabrics, kind of quilt looking. I love that. So what you're going to do is, this again is a 6x6 piece. You are simply going to fold your paper in half, right? That's not difficult. We can do that. I do recommend that if you're using that thicker paper, bring out your bone folder or your scissors, whatever you can use to burnish down that crease, because you kind of want to, you know, obviously try to make it as flat as possible to get that lower profile in your journal. So really kind of burnishing that crease down, okay? Then you're going to open it up and you're going to do the same thing, but folding it the other way. So you're going to end up having a cross. You're going to fold it in quarters, right? Does that make sense? Super simple, you guys. I think I actually used to do this folding when I used to pass notes in school. Do you remember passing notes? That's kind of a thing of the past now, right? With everybody, all the kids having a cell phone, although my kids don't have cell phones. But yeah, it's kind of a thing of the past, passing notes. Everyone just texts each other now. Okay, so there we go. We've got that cross folded in there now, so it's quartered. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is, this will depend on whether or not you have a directional paper, is whether you're going to fold it this way or fold it this way. Okay, it obviously doesn't matter on this one, so I'm just going to go kitty corner folding here. So you're folding it into a triangle shape right now. Okay, super simple, you guys. That's what I like. I like simple, easy to make projects. This is going to be on one of your mass make lists for sure, because it's so simple and you can create a ton of them in no time. Okay, so there we go. We have our folded piece, right? So now what we want to do is we want to get a little creative here. We're kind of going to pinch this like this. Okay, so we're kind of going to fold backwards on this and pinch it together so that it folds in into this tiny little square like that. And then you can burnish down your edges. Now at this point, you can decide whether or not you want to round the corners or leave them square. Now, if you round the corners like I did on here, I like the look of the rounded corners, you're going to have like a hole in the middle of your paper, right? So you're going to open that up and you're going to have like a little bit of a hole there. So if that bothers you, don't round the corners. Okay, I think it's fine. I think it's kind of cute. It doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, so you have your piece like this, and I just really want to crease that down. And then you're going to decide, you know, which way you want it to open. Is it going to open this way? Flip it over. You like this pattern better, and then it's going to open that way. You can have it on an angle maybe, and then you're going to glue, the sides that you would glue would be down here and here on the back side, and then it can fold up and have your writing space, right? How cool is that? And that's it. Like, just, that is literally it. And then it's just depending on where you want to glue it and how you want to decorate it. So let's do this folding one more time, and let's try to figure out our directional paper. So I kind of want this part here with this butterfly to be on the front. I can't even talk anymore, sorry guys, right? It's going to be perfect that way. So to do that, I'm going to turn it over, I'll fold it in half, like this, burnish it down, open it up, fold it in half this way, like this. Okay, and then we need to fold it. I don't want that folded, so then I need to fold it like this, I believe. Yes, okay, so now here's our image, right? And I want this to be on the front, so I'm gonna flip it, I gotta think of this way, and then fold this way. You might have to play around just depending on where your image is on your paper that you want to show on the front. But it's just paper, you can't really bugger it up too much. And then, I mean, no big deal if you do, you're just gonna decorate over top of it and no one's the wiser, right? There we go. Okay, I'll open that back up, and then it should, so we kind of fold it back on itself where that diagonal one is, pinch it together, and then fold it into the middle, right? Like that, and then fold that down. And then we have that beautiful butterfly right on the front there. Okay, so that is literally our text spot for today. It's just a fun little text spot with writing space. And then if this is too white for you, I just come in and I just kind of hit it with my blending brush here, just to kind of bring down that white just a bit, and then it kind of accentuates the fold lines, which is cool as well. And then of course, if you want, you're going to ink up the edges, both inside and on the printed side where your image is. You could use double-sided cardstock as well, like with images on both sides. But of course, whatever you use on the inside wants to be a little more subtle or subdued so that you can write on it. Or, you know, I guess you could even just put coffee dyed paper on it as well, if it is too busy to write on. So that's always an option as well. So we'll just ink this up, and you know, I think this just needs a word. Maybe let's find a word together. I think that's all this one needs because the paper really speaks for itself. It's beautiful just the way it is, right? I mean, and that's why we buy these papers, is because they're so beautiful that we're like, we gotta have them in our stash. Okay, let's see. I have some words. Where did my words go? Oh, here we are. You can take it in. That's cute. What else? Got my, oh, a new day. New day is good. I've also have like kind. This I just, some stamped words. Oh, I actually just stamped a whole bunch of words. Dream. Are they in here? Yeah. I was using up some of my pieces. Now that's not bad. Let's maybe clip the corners. Yeah, I was just going through some of my coffee dyed or like little strips that I've been saving kind of up in my little bin over here. And then I just stamp some words on there, and then they make great little pieces to embellish with, right? And I mean, we could also add some lace on here. That's kind of cute. Dream, but I feel like that it's just a little too big for this. I think I like a new day better. It's a little more subtle. Yeah, a little more subtle. And do I want to add a little bit of lace? Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have on hand for just a wee bit of lace. This is kind of cool. Is that going to fit on there? Oh, that's going to fit just perfectly. It's just a tiny bit of sparkly lace. Yeah, I mean, that was meant for it. Look at that. Meant to be. So we'll use it. We'll use it to our advantage here. Let's use some Fabri-Tac. Oops. Add a little bit on here. And it doesn't take long to, get these decorated up at all. Again, you could probably mass make, a good 20 to 50 in an hour, depending on how much time you spend decorating. That's usually where I do the biggest time suck, is my decorating, because I'm always like, humming and hawing over, does that look good? Do I want that? And I'm learning just to go with it, just to trust the process. Even if I don't like it in the moment, chances are if I leave it and come back to it, I'm going to like it. I'll be like, oh yeah, that actually does look good. Oh, look at that. That's going to be cute. Okay, we'll glue this down, and then I'll show it to you, and then I'll let you be on your way to make your own. Right? You don't need to spend all day watching me. You got to go do your thing now and get these made. I tell you, this Junk Journal January has been so good lately. I mean, yes, I realize I'm only on day 4, but that's 4 more things I've created and 4 more videos than I would have had I not participated, right? So it's been really good to kind of make me think outside the box, use up a Christmas present that my husband gave me, get some ideas from that, and yeah, a lot of fun. So there is that. You guys see that? Let's take the paper clip off. And again, you can add some, maybe you want to put some gold edging on that to go with this. Why don't we do that? Look at us, just like really going to town now. Just really step up. So my my stuff is drying out, or is dried out. Is it going to let me work with it? Yeah, no, it's pretty dry. So I need to spray some water in here just to kind of reactivate it. I'm not sure that that's the right thing to do. Ooh. But it's what I'm doing. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, this is pretty dry. I'm not sure I'm gonna get it reactivated. Yeah. I mean, I've had this since card making days, so it has some age to it. This is why you need to use up your supplies, you guys, because here I have a tub of stuff that basically has dried out and I haven't used it because I was afraid of running out or using it on the wrong project. Isn't that ridiculous? So I'm just going to get my finger in there because I still think, yeah, I can still get some color on there. And then we'll just kind of add it to the edge here, just to give it a little bit of gold kind of sparkle to it. Yeah, look at that, that's pretty. Now I just need to wipe my finger off. Just call me gold finger. Yeah, so this press and seal didn't really keep the moisture in as well as I had hoped, but we'll see what happens. It's either gonna get re-moisturized or it's gonna start to mold, one of the two. And then that'll be the decision on whether to keep it or throw it out at that point, right? So yes, use your supplies. Don't wait for the perfect project, just use them. Otherwise they go bad and that's a waste of money. So there we go. We've got just a little bit of gold around the edges and just a really fun little tuck spot and writing space. So that is today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and that it kind of made you think of ways to use your 6x6 papers, and you know, you can use 12x12 as well. Cut them down. Use your scraps. Use book page. Just cut up a book page again, as long as it's in a square. That's all you really need. So with that, I am going to leave you guys to it. I hope that you enjoy this project, create some for yourself. And remember that if you do a video or you do create something with Junk Journal January, that you hashtag it Junk Journal January. I've been putting 2024 at the end of mine because it kind of happens every year, right? So I just want to remember it's 2024, but I think if you just use hashtag Junk Journal January, it'll be fine as well. People can find it that way. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's quick video. Happy crafting, and P.S. I love you.